What we go to? Oh.
Use your real name. Your first name.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do this. This will help you.
My name is Gray. Can I put Gray down there?
No. Put your real name. I'm not doing a participation grade off of this.
No, really. My name is Gray. Shut up. Shut up. Then I want to be sure. My thing is. I like. Oh, not us.
Use your first name. Yeah, that's the reason why I didn't want to wait. We get working fast enough, so it should be time at the end of class.
What is it over?
Chemical properties and physical properties.
Is it high stakes? Lower than mine says about network available, and it says it's connected to the one kind of person. Silently. I don't know. I'm nothing thoughts. That's good. Is that good enough? Yes, yeah, I'm putting in the chat. Oh yeah, let me jump up. Oh no, I know that we're gonna see. I'll think of that.
Alright, everyone ready? Blank properties describe matter. Blank properties describe matter. Both. No. Both chemical and physical properties describe matter. Physical properties describe the appearance of matter. Chemical properties describe the reactivity of matter. Blank properties of a substance can be easily observed. blank properties of a substance can be easily observed. Physical properties can be observed using only the five senses. You can feel them, touch them, smell them, taste them, or look at them.
Are you kidding me, Thomas? You're 7 points faster. Oh no, that's not gonna happen.
One can use their five senses to determine the blank properties of a substance. Physical.
I'll guess. What? Sam, 677 plus 11. Oh, I get it.
Blank properties usually describe how the substance react. That's chemical. Blank properties are not easily observed. It's chemical. You can't tell if a liquid is flammable without actually trying to catch on fire. You can't look at it and say, oh, that's flammable. Not very easily, at least. Blank properties can be used to identify substances.
Oh. God. Oh no.
It is both.
What? Whoa.
If you had a glass of water versus a gas of gasoline, can you use flammability to determine which is which?
Oh. Yeah.
Can you also use their taste to determine which is which? You wouldn't recommend it, but you can still do it. You can use the physical property. Also, you can look at it and say one's clear and one's yellow. You can also test their chemical properties and their physical properties. Both type of properties are useful for identifying a substance.
What's tree? I just want to just talk to you. He's like, crap, I'll take the photo.
Oxygen is odorless and colorless.
Oh, I don't know.
Oxygen is odorless and colorless. This is physical. This is your five senses. You can't see it and you can't smell it. This is the physical property of oxygen. Just because it mentions a chemical doesn't mean it's a chemical property. Again, the physical properties are derived using your five senses. Copper turns green when exposed to the environment. This is a color change. It's going from a copper color to a green color. That indicates that the copper is changing chemically. The piece of metal is magnetic. Keep your mask on. This is physical.
Let's go.
Just because you can magnetize a paper clip, it's still a piece of steel in it. So if you have a steel or iron paper clip, just because you magnetize it doesn't change the fact it's still made of iron.
Still a paper clip. Well, I thought you used chemicals and magnetize.
The density of water is 1 gram per cubic centimeter. This is a physical property of water. It's not referring to, you can observe it without changing its chemistry. You can measure the mass of water and the volume of water without having to change the water into a new chemical. Diamonds are a very hard substance. Physical.
Oh my gosh, that was cool. That was a big brain. They're gonna switch it up on me.
The tree is 8 meters high. That's a physical. If the tree were to lose a meter of height, it would still be a tree, just shorter.
Oh, Cody's coming back.
Sodium reacts very easily with other elements.
No, what? No, what? Okay, I got it right anyway. It just froze for a second.
So, So again, if you see the word react, nearly always chemical.
I also have a streak of 5.
I have a streak of 6.
Copper conducts electricity.
Oh,
no. I thought it was
actually, it's still copper.
Yeah.
It's still copper. Just because you run electricity through it doesn't change it into aluminum. If you could do that, then, for example, if you could run electricity through lead and turn it into gold, everyone would be rich.
Not really, because then the
Price of gold would go down.
So then gold would basically be lead, and then we'd be using it to shoot it at animals. Okay, that's not a bad idea. Stock market plummets.
Water is a liquid.
I was kind of strict on how to do it. I was thinking.
I can stick the whole head up when I like, I want to make sure it's kind of. I'm trying to check up and going.
The mass of sodium chloride is 30 grams.
I hope they picked it up on you where they
I told you
blue.
I'm from
No,
zero.
we have to look at the wrong one.
I almost picked chemical.
Dumb.
I told you.
Again, just because it has a chemical formula in it, that's just another name for the
I
compound.
just missed one.
I could say water, or I could say H2O. It's the same thing. A substance that undergoes a physical change, like melting, is still the same substance. True or false? Yes. If you melt an ice cube, it is still H2O.
You're slowly inching your way forward.
Blue color.
Bro, what?
Oh my god, I literally missed like 3 points.
I'm inching slow.
Flammability. Does it burn?
I definitely got it wrong.
You got it wrong.
No,
Chemical.
come on, guys.
Me and John got it wrong. I was like doing true or false push. I clicked it too fast.
Yeah. Let's go.
Reacts with acid.
Oh
My god.
Anything that has acid or reacts is almost always going to be chemical.
That's all I see before.
Sour taste.
Oh,
This one is difficult.
I'm going with chemical.
I want chemical.
I want chemical.
Every single one changes. I don't know which one this Kahoot is going to use.
I took chemical.
Oh! I went in and edited this so that I accepted both.
Which one was it gonna pick?
I don't remember. I did edited this last year. And keep your mask on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because sour indicates acid. Acid is a chemical property. Acid literally means it will react with something else. Physical, though, is taste. So sour taste is in between. I don't count this one wrong. Reacts with water.
I'm kind of going to be like, and then somebody get like, oh, what reacting to water? Oh, there you go. I feel like you gotta do that. It's like flip it and then have like water.
Boiling point. Again, this is just the point in which it goes from a liquid to a gas. It's still H2O.
Oh, Johnston.
Odor.
Yeah.
Physical. If you can smell it, again, I said some places do put this as chemical, but I told y'all on Wednesday to ignore what I said about on Tuesday. Just put sour taste and odor. If you can taste it, put it physical. If you can smell it, put it physical.
When it don't, I look at it. I let it know.
Why is the mine on fire emblem line?
Table salt dissolves in water.
Oh my god.
It's not chemical.
So, salt
Or someone says no.
Salt as a powder,
Nobody asked
when
me.
you put it in water, it still stays a salt. You're just breaking it up into smaller bits and distributing it out of the water.
Nobody passed me. I'm still on. Cody.
And you can separate it by boiling the water away. An apple is cut. Physical. It's still an apple. You cut the apple and you end up with 2 orange slices.
This needs to be harder.
Somehow, you did some chemistry.
This needs to be harder.
There's another one.
What, sir?
There's another one that's slightly more hard. Baking soda reacts with vinegar.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna take my time.
Oh, that was right. Yeah, give it stuff. Oh, that's disappointing.
You got it right though.
It was in the white spot. Thomas!
I'm gonna take my time now.
Alcohol evaporates.
Actually, yeah.
I'm gonna take my time now.
You can collect the vapors and recondense it back down. When alcohol evaporates, does it turn into water?
What is this one?
Milk sours.
I don't understand this one.
Well, those are my choices.
I don't want to choose.
No, hey, are you clicking so fast that your choices didn't show up?
I'm guessing. God dang it!
So there's a change in smell. It goes from a sweet smelling or neutral smelling milk to bad odor.
I know it smells. Shit.
No. It's a change in smell.
Oh.
It's like you have a glow stick that's not glowing, and then you break it and it starts producing light. It changes color, or an apple or a piece of meat rotting. That's a chemical change. So if it changes taste, or changes odor, or changes the nature of it, so an apple turning brown after being left out, that's it. That's a chemical change going on.
Can we do another one after this?
Yeah, there is one more.
Yes. No!
Wood rot.
I hope I got it right.
Again, there's a color change going on. And also another thing you can look at it is, can you unspoil milk?
Yes.
No.
You just make cheese.
That's cheese. That's turning milk into cheese. You can't go back. Wood rotting, you can't unrot wood.
Cody, listen. I'm behind 100 points.
Grass growing.
This one, yes.
Alright.
Maybe actually even one.
So, grass growing. Yes, it's changing in size, but how does it grow?
Air and water.
It takes CO2 from the air and breaks the carbon off of it, releasing oxygen. That's the reason why trees produce oxygen. They don't just magically make oxygen out of thin air. What they do, and keep your mask on, what they do is they absorb CO2 from the air and break the carbon off of it and release the oxygen. That is chemical changing. You're converting CO2, carbon dioxide, into pure oxygen.
If there was like 1 second left, I would have chose physical.
So grass growing is most definitely a chemical process. It's metabolism. When you grow, do you just magically stretch out, or do you have to eat something?
You magically figure out. Yeah, it's happened both. Dang it! Just a hole.
All right, last one.
Last question.
Food is digested.
Oh.
It's the same thing as the grass is growing.
I guess I'm the first one.
I got a
Grass digests CO2.
Bird drop. I was about to be like, Cody B. Dude. I'm gonna give you a couple comments that say we have a push. Well, boys, I'm gonna do something that's a little bit illegal now that I'm gonna make this money. You're gonna put it on the line. First place, it's about.
So the 3 difficult questions was grass growing. That's chemical. Oxygen is odorless and colorless. That's physical. And blank properties are used to identify substances. That's both of them.
I'm only at 90 in the top. High 80 or low 90. I'm ready for this next one. What's the advantage in game? Yeah,
Let's see how I save this.
I got no last before they played. I got lucky on so many times. So if you're lucky, that graph will move me off.
The graph one.
I almost took physical. We would all go wrong. But there's no change, there's no chemical change in it, except the drug is oxygen.
All right.
I mean, when you cut it, that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, the thing is that size. I mean, that's basically it. Your network is slow, so you might experience delays. Break the nose.
Again, use your real name. And then I'm downloading these.
I'm like the one that says 69.
My first time was I beat Cody again.
Yeah, you had to pull that out. That was a shot for the throat. I hope I win.
Alright, y'all ready?
Yes, no. I hope I win.
Watch me. I mean, it's not laugh. I'm gonna call it to be 24 points.
Heat conductivity.
Heat conductivity.
Oh. Heat conductivity.
Accidentally pressed them.
I was looking for two choices.
Yeah. I was
So, heat conductivity is how easily you are able to absorb heat. Plastic doesn't heat. That's the reason why your metal on your desk feels cold, is it absorbs heat from your body faster than the wood. But nothing's changing. I'm just saying the property.
For one stand,
Silver tarnishing.
enemy ever in cross country.
No! Chose the wrong one. I got it wrong. What is that? Yeah.
So this is a chemical change. Something is changing. Again, verb. ing indicates an action. And this is chemical.
See, I'm riding the belly.
God damn it.
Hey, hit the bottom. I thought you were about to say cuss.
Alright. Sublimation.
What is that?
We've covered it multiple times.
Yeah, I chose it. I don't know.
Physical change. Yeah.
Can anyone tell me what sublimation is?
No. It was solid to gas.
Solid goes to gas. Melting is solid to liquid. Boiling is liquid to gas. And sublimation is skipping liquid and going straight from solid to gas. That's like dry ice. Dry ice, if you leave dry ice out, it doesn't turn into liquid dry ice. It turns straight into a gas.
No.
I'm still at the bottom with 0.
Magnetizing steel.
Hey, mine's like that. Look at it. There it is. What? Dude, it didn't. Damn it.
What's a physical change?
So, magnetizing steel is still steel. You can have steel that's unmagnetized,
I thought I had a physical property.
but you're magnetizing. That's an action. You're changing something. You're changing something from not magnetized to magnetized.
Put the words on me. Oh, magnetizing. Okay. Magnetizing steel is still magnetizing.
If it said magnetized steel with an ED, that means it's already happened. That would be a property.
See, that's what I.
Yeah.
But it says you're magnetizing it. You're doing a verb.
I'm not winning this.
Length of a metal object.
No! Dang it. My computer like that.
Now, if it said shrinking or cutting a metal object or changing the length, it would be a change, but it just says the length.
I think like.
So it's a property and it's physical.
I know where they are.
Really, I'm down here my search bar pop. Hey, look. You're
Shortening, melting.
I don't know. Oh, I picked the wrong thing. I know. Yeah.
Shortening is like butter or margarine.
Change it. It was changing.
I want to know.
So butter melting.
Shoot myself. I'm in last place. John, I'll shoot you. You shoot me. Now who's the sucker? Ready? I
Exploding dynamite. So ing is a verb, so that means something's changing. It's exploding. It's going from not exploded to exploded.
John.
Me and John both got it wrong.
John. Both the people who are not here today.
Shut up, Cody. I was here for 2 days. I guess you gotta think about it like a firework or something.
Combustible.
What's that? Have you ever heard of somebody spontaneously combust? Hey, dynamite literally blow up from the dynamite combustion.
It's a commercial system.
If I get this wrong, yeah.
Combustible means able to react with oxygen. Gasoline is combustible. It combusts in your car engine. Rust. Rust is an example of combustion. It's very slow. We usually think of combustion as happening very quickly, like fire. Fire is a combustion. Combustible and flammability are very similar concepts. The type of engine in your vehicle is a combustion engine. It reacts oxygen with fuel. It pumps in air and gasoline at the same time. The oxygen and the gasoline react with each other and creates releases energy in the form of heat and light.
If I was a Cody, I'm gonna really have to go.
Water freezing.
I could have gone one.
So ing again, verb. Something's changing. It's going from ice to liquid, solid to liquid.
I'm your church. I mean, you mean liquid to solid?
Yeah, backwards. It's going from liquid water to frozen water. So something's changing, so it's a change. But it's still water.
That sounds good, huh? Lemonade, but instead of ice cubes, but lemon ice cubes.
Wood burning.
What the heck? Am I the only one that got it wrong?
Can you unburn wood?
I don't know, can you?
No. So it's chemical. You can't undo wood after it burns. And since it's burning, it means something's changing.
I'm gonna get last both times.
Acid resistance. It's a chemical property.
I what John said. I'm on the podium.
It says whether or not it's basically acid resistance describes how well it resists reacting with an acid.
I'm thinking I'm in third.
If you have a high acid resistance, acid won't react with you.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, this is closer to the test. Brittleness.
What's that? Weakness.
Glass is very brittle. If you bend it, it'll break. If you bend glass and it breaks, it's still glass. Nothing is changing though. It's just talking about brittleness.
No.
Milk souring.
I chose square.
So if it said sour milk, that would be more of a property of the milk. But since it says it's souring, that's a change.
I have a shit as well.
Congratulations, nobody asked.
You know
No one cares.
You know what? And I didn't ask nobody else.
I'm saying.
Oh,
Baking bread.
It's still gonna be bread.
Oh,
Dang it!
are you retarded?
So is it changing?
It's not a chemical change.
So it's going from dough into bread.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I feel like.
So the dough has completely different properties than cooked bread.
What'd you pick, Diamond? Yeah.
You are chemically changing the nature of the dough to turn it into bread.
Oh, are you ready? I was like, oh, yeah. B-I-N-G-O, B-I-N-G-O,
Which of the following is an example of a chemical change? Red is filling up a hot air balloon. Blue is taking a glass of water and freezing it and placing it in a freezer. Yellow is a plant collecting sunlight and turning into food. Green is your dog ripping up your homework. Can y'all read that all right?
No, I literally cannot see it.
So, a plant collecting sunlight and turning it into food is a chemical change. It's actually converting sunlight and CO2 into carbon and oxygen.
I'm thinking Cody's gonna get.
It's using. Put your phone up.
He's cheating. I'm thinking Cody's gonna get. Hey, move your computer, John. I think he'll be my.
Keep your mask on too.
Are there nothing we should just giving this? No.
Which is not a clue that could indicate a chemical change. Not a clue that could indicate a chemical change.
Oh God, I hit the wrong one. I think I got it. Oh, what?
So, if you take a pencil and change it by snapping it in half, you change the shape of the pencil. Or if you take a metal rod and bend it, it's still metal rod. If you have a copper rod and you bend it into a U shape, it's still copper. However, if you change its color, such as burning a piece of paper turns it black, you are burning the paper. If it releases energy, change in energy, that's like a fire. If it starts glowing hot, changing in odor, milk souring.
Fourth place again. But 10 and shape could go both ways.
So it's usually not an indication of a chemical change, though. Usually, a change in shape is usually an indication of physical.
When a tomato rots, it changes shape.
Yeah, so you can't really use the fact that it changed shape to indicate that. Because, for example, when water freezes, it expands. But that's physical.
So you still got your streak going?
Yeah.
What property stays the same during physical and chemical changes? Which property stays the same during physical and chemical changes?
Oh, no, it's
Keep your mask on. So the density can change. For example, ice is less dense and floats on liquid water. Shape can change. The arrangement of particles, it could be in the liquid arrangement or it could be in the solid arrangement. But mass stays the same. If you freeze 1 kilogram of water, it stays 1 kilogram. If you burn several pounds of wood, it turns into several pounds of ash and CO2. It's the same weight or same mass. It's just that most of the CO2 will leave into the air.
And you'll die. Watch the movie content.
Diamond can scratch glass. Which property of both substances is described in this statement?
What's up?
This is hardness. Hardness deals with the ability to scratch. Ductility is the ability to be drawn into a wire. If you can stretch something very easily, that's ductility.
Have you missed one?
one. The first one.
You lucky son of a gun.
At room temperature, matter can exist in one of 3 states. These are
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Shoot.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
solid, liquid, and gas are the main states. A solid has a definite volume and definite shape. That means its volume and shape is fixed. A liquid has a definite volume. So if you have a gallon of water, no matter what container you put in it, it's still a gallon. However, its shape changes. It could be the shape of a tall glass or shape of a short glass. Gas has indefinite shape, indefinite volume, meaning that if you pour it into a room, it'll take the shape of the room. If you squeeze it into a small can of air, it will take the shape of the air. So the volume changes. It's indefinite. Which property determines whether one substance will sink, or float in another?
You know, Cody, you know these last two we can still be unfortunately.
Density.
Daniel, can you I need to be on the phone.
What is the name of the phase change going from gas to solid?
Oh, shoot.
Gas to solid.
Oh, shoot. They're like, we all put this, so no. Oh, no.
Sublimation is solid to gas, and the opposite of sublimation is deposition.
I lost my streak to 20 or something like that. I just went through all the options and get. Oh well.
You still won.
Alright, last question. Which phase has the lowest kinetic energy?
Oh, I got that one wrong.
So temperature is the measure of average kinetic energy. How fast the molecules are vibrating and moving around. When you're a solid, you have the lowest kinetic energy.
Top 5, smoking hot stuff. Wow. Hey, before the bell rings, since we have 8 minutes, can we do something like
19 out of 22.
Yeah, we got like fun one or something.
No, because we're going to have a test Monday, and I want to cover a few more things.
NBA players or something. I think about them, but NBA players or what?
I mean, y'all put $1 on
Movie characters.
No,
A small price to pay for so much.
I'll turn off my computer and everything.
And you're like, I'm not sure. I want to win. Dude, I can't believe Kanye cheated on Kim with Jeffree Star.
You heard about that too? I thought I was the only one that heard about that.
Alright, the only thing... So, on the test, it's going to be several questions like this PowerPoint. So, make sure you know the difference between a verb and a noun, or whenever something is changing and not changing. So, changing versus a property, and physical versus chemical. Know the vocabulary words I went over yesterday. It's on Google Classroom. At the end of the video, you can just scan through it to find it. Another thing that's going to be on the test, there's only like 1 or 2 questions. So a solid, the particles are going to be fixed. So we say that a solid has a definite shape and a definite volume. Meaning that the volume is fixed, the shape is fixed. Liquid so same volume, so definite volume. However, the shape of it is indefinite. And last, we have a gas. And its shape is indefinite, meaning it will change its shape to fit whatever container it's in. And the volume is also indefinite. It will change its volume to fit in whatever container. So this is gas, this is liquid. Solid has the lowest kinetic energy. This has a medium amount of kinetic energy. And this has the highest kinetic energy.
Are we done with today?
Yeah. Another thing, know what the phase changes are. We've covered this already. I taught you that sublimation is when you go from a gas to or when you go from a solid to a gas. The opposite is deposition, which is when you go from a gas to a solid. And then we have the normal ones, melting. Melting is whenever you go from a solid to a liquid. Freezing is the opposite. When you go to a liquid. And then we have boiling and evaporating / condensing. We had a whole test on just this. So, don't forget, we're going to have a test Monday. Any questions on the test?
Can I get the answer for it?
Yep. I would really like to come out and just say, guys, that this class has become significantly more fun now than it is physics.
Yes.
Hats off.
Physics is terrible. No offense. I just don't like it.
Don't you? I already got the chemical equations. That's all I'm saying.